Welcome back to your mats. Today, I recommend you have a set of blocks and a strap or a belt or anything that works like a strap. And we're going to begin today in Shavasana. So you can go ahead and take your time, make your way down onto your back. And you can go ahead here and take whatever form of Shavasana is comfortable for you. Allow your eyes to drift closed as you deepen your breath. Allow any thoughts, worries, plans you might have to leave your head for now as your body sinks into the mat. Feel free to take this time to also set an intention for class if you would like. And when you're ready, bring your sole of your right foot to the mat, allowing your right knee to bend. Keeping your left leg extended long, hug your right knee up into your chest, nice and tight. Take a breath or two here. And exhale your hands, your arms to the mat. Allow your right leg to fall over towards the left side of your body, letting your right hip come off the mat, aiming to keep both shoulders pressed into the mat. Gaze over your right shoulder and allow your body to sink into this twist. This can be an intense twist for your low back, as well as the outside of your hip and leg. So always feel free to back off if you're feeling any pain. On your next inhale, bring your leg back up to center. And exhale, keeping both hips on the mat, allow just your knee and your leg to fall now to the right side. So instead of a twist here, we're opening up through the inside of our right leg. Gaze can be up towards the sky. On your next inhale, hug your knee back up to your chest. Squeeze it in nice and tight. And exhale, send your right leg out long. Now bending your left knee, hugging your left knee in. Take a breath here. And on your next exhale, bring your arms to the mat and allow your left leg to fall over to the right. Again, keeping both shoulders on the mat and allowing your left hip to come off of the mat. Gazing now over your left shoulder, feeling a twist through your spine, all the way down to your hip and leg. You may have your whole shin on the floor or just a toe. Wherever you're at is okay. On your next inhale, hug your knee back up to the center. And now, keeping your hips both pressed into the mat, allow your left leg to fall out to the left, opening up through your hip. Again, your whole shin might be on the floor or just a toe. Wherever you're at is great for today. Gazing up towards the sky, you may still have your eyes closed. On your next inhale, hug your left knee back up, squeeze it tight. Take a deep breath. Before you send your left leg out long. From here, we're actually now going to bring both of the soles of your feet to the mat, bending at your knees, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So that is your butterfly pose on your back. Allow both knees to fall out to the side, to opposite sides, bringing the soles of your feet together. Feel free to do any adjusting, moving your hips up and down at all, and your bum. Any adjustments if you're feeling any discomfort in your hips, or you can, as always, place any props under each leg to lessen the stretch here. And take a couple more breaths. And then we're going to take a trip up to a seat. So taking your arms, pressing yourself up, rise up into a Baddha Konasana. So soles of your feet still pressed together, knees out wide, same position with your legs, now just sitting up. If you need to, you can always play with the distance between your heels and your bum. See how it changes the stretch for you if you bring your feet out further in front of you or closer in towards your seat. Find a variation that works for you to sit in for a couple of minutes while we focus on some other parts of our body, starting with our necks. We'll start with some neck circles. So first, allow your head to fall to one side, hugging your ear to your shoulder. Allow your shoulders to stay relaxed down and back, not bringing your shoulder to your ear, just your ear to your shoulder. And coming down through the center, roll your way to the other side, bringing your other ear to your other shoulder. Take a breath there. Now you can take some rolls back and forth from shoulder to shoulder. Take your own pace. You can stay just rolling through the front, or you can also go all the way around the back. Whatever feels good to you. And if you find anywhere you have some cracking in your neck, somewhere that feels a little stuck, you can go back and forth just in that small area, work it out. When you're next all the way over to one side, stay there, feeling a stretch in the opposite side of your neck. Keeping our head where it is, shift your gaze upwards, tilting your chin up towards the sky, feeling how this changes the stretch, brings it further into the front of your neck. Take a breath there. And when you're ready, again, keeping your head just about where it is, just tilt, pivot it, send your gaze down now, bringing that stretch into the back of your neck. On your next exhale, you can come back to ear to shoulder, gazing forward. Rotate yourself through the middle. Come back to now the other side, opposite ear to your shoulder. Same thing on this side. So keeping your head about where it is, shoulders relaxed down. Send your gaze up. Tilting your head just a little bit up. And exhale, tilt your gaze down, tipping your chin just a bit down, stretching into the back of your neck. When you're ready, you can exhale your neck all the way back up to neutral, nice and slow. And we'll take that stretch down to our spine for some side stretches. So taking your left hand, extend it out on the mat beside you, tenting your fingers, find the mat. Inhale, sweep your right arm up to your side, all the way over your head, following it with your gaze as far as you can, stretching into the right side of your body. Allowing your left arm to bend as much as it needs to support you in this stretch. Reaching nice and long away from you with your right fingertips. And exhale, sweep your arm back down, other side. Now with your right arm extended out to the side of you, tent your right fingers. Inhale, sweep your left fingers up and over, following them with your gaze as far as they go. Bending into your right arm now to give you support wherever you're landing. Gazing at your left fingertips, reaching far. Keeping both sits bones on the ground if you can. And exhale, sweep your arms back down, release back to a neutral. Now taking your hands, place them under your knees and support your legs with your arms. Bring them up together, releasing yourself from your Baddha Konasana with the strength of your arms. Now, in whatever way works for you, find yourself in a tabletop position on your hands and knees. From here, we'll take a few cat-cows. So as you inhale, send your belly down, gaze up towards the sky. Cow pose, pressing the mat away with your hands, rooting your tops of your feet down into the mat. And on your next exhale, tuck your tailbone, send your belly up towards your spine, chin to chest, cat pose. Now on your own time, go ahead and cycle back and forth between your cats and cows. Inhaling as you gaze up, cow pose, belly down. Exhaling as you tuck your tailbone, chin to chest, cat pose. We'll take one more wherever you're at. And you can find yourself back in a neutral tabletop. From here, tuck your toes, press up into your downward facing dog. Walk your legs out nice and gentle. And we're going to come into lizard pose. So inhale, send your right heel up and back, three-legged dog. And exhale, crunching your knee forward, step your right foot outside of your right hand. So not in between, but to the outside of your right hand. From here, allow your left knee to come to the mat. Allow your hips to lower from as far down as they can. Lizard pose. Now you may be all the way up on your arms extended. You may bend your arms or step all the way down onto your forearms wherever you're at, feeling that stretch through the back of your right thigh and the inside of your right hip. Take a few breaths here, allowing your hips to sink a little bit further towards the mat. And when you're ready, tuck your left toes, come back onto your hands if you're on your forearms, press up off of your left knee, and send your right leg back. Find your three-legged dog. On your next exhale, bring your right leg back to the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale now, send your left heel up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch it forward, step it outside of your left hand. Let your right knee come to the mat, top of your right foot. Find yourself in your lizard pose, so sending your hips down and forward. Again, you might be up on your arms, or you can step it down onto your forearms, wherever you're at. Great for today. Take one more breath here. Now curling your right toes under. Come back onto your hands if you're not. Press your right knee up off the mat and send your left leg back. Press your hips back, three-legged dog. And return your foot to the mat, downward facing dog. Pressing the mat away with your hands nice and long through your spine all the way up to your hips. And your hips all the way down to your heels, reaching towards the mat. It's all right if they don't make it. You might still be walking through your dog, walking your legs out. You may have a bend in your knee. You might be all the way extended. Find what down dog looks like for you today. Now allowing your knees to bend, bring them to the mat. Sit your hips back over your ankles, arms extend forward. Let's take a child's pose. Your knees can be narrow or wide, whatever you prefer. Pressing into your hands, rise up through tabletop. Curl your toes, press back into your downward facing dog. Just for a moment, we'll send our gaze forward to our hands and take a slow walk of our feet up to meet our hands at the top of our mat. Once you arrive, allow your knees to bend so that you can rest your torso on your thighs. Finding your ragdoll, folding forward, resting on your thighs. Head and neck hanging heavy. Arms can grab opposite elbows. Might take a sway, side to side. Now from here, bring your hands to your shins. Press up, straighten through your legs as much as you can, and straighten all the way out through your spine to this halfway lifted position, extending the crown of your head away from your hips. Long spine. Really focus on extending all the way down your back. Now on your next exhale, fold, bend back into your knees, return to your ragdoll. Now pressing through both of your feet, rise up, come to your mountain pose, sweep your hands up beside you, over your head, gazing up through your fingers, extended mountain. Exhale, release your hands down to your regular mountain pose. Now, let's turn 90 degrees and get ready for a wide leg forward fold. So either heel toeing or stepping your feet out nice and wide. Let's focus today on taking as wide of a stance as you comfortably can. Toes should be pointed forward or slightly inward even. And find your stance as wide as you can while you can still firmly stand strong, up nice and tall. Now remembering back to that halfway lifted position with our straight spine from just a moment ago, place your hands on your hips. Inhale, send the crown of your head nice and long up towards the sky. Focus on that straight spine. And on your next exhale, hinge forward at the hips, keeping that straight spine. Stop where you stick with a straight spine. Inhale where you stopped. And on your next exhale, allow your back to bend, fold all the way forward. Your hands may come to your legs or the mat, to your wide leg forward fold. Pressing evenly through all four corners of both feet. You can add a slight bend in your knees if you need. And when you're ready, pressing firmly through the feet, rise back up, keeping your feet where they are. Rise back up into your wide leg stance. We're going to take that one more time. Inhale. Send the crown of your head up nice and long. Exhale with your hands on your hips. Fold forward, straight spine as long as you can. Inhale here. And exhale, fold, allowing your back to bend. Hands can come again to your legs or to the mat. If your hands are on the mat, option to flip your fingertips around to face behind you, bringing your hands through your legs. You may be able to gently add some tension, pulling yourself further into this fold. When you're ready, if you are pulling yourself deeper, you can walk your hands back to under you. And inhale, pressing firmly through the feet. Rise back up to standing. Let's release our feet for a moment. Give them a little shake. Now, when you're ready, let's step our feet back out to that same wide leg stance. Only this time, taking your right toes, pivot them out to your right, coming into our warrior two feet. Sending your arms long in front and behind you, gazing over your right fingers. Bend into your right leg, coming into warrior two. Take a breath here, pressing your feet firmly into the mat, resisting them away from each other just slightly. Long and strong through your left leg. Now from here, bend your right arm at your elbow. Sweep your left arm up and over towards the front of you, bringing your right forearm down onto your knee. And extending your left arm up over in front of you, gazing through your left fingers. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can go ahead and grab a block, place it outside of your right foot, and send your weight through your right arm, rooting down through the block. Extended side angle pose. Now from here, send your left arm straight over you. Bring your right hand, to either your leg or a block beside your leg on the back side of your leg, and straighten through your right leg, coming into your triangle pose, gazing up through your left fingertips. This is too wide of a stance for you and you're not able to straighten through your legs, you can go ahead and narrow your stance, bringing your right and left foot a little bit closer to each other. Feel how that works for you. We'll take one more nice deep breath here before we soften to the right leg, bending gently at the knee. Rise back up. Pivot your toes back into that wide leg fold position. And you can step out of that. Give your legs a little shake. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So when you're ready, stepping your feet back out nice and wide. You can bring your block with you if you used it on the last side, or if you didn't. Now this time, pivoting our left toes out to the left, finding our warrior two legs. Stretch your fingertips away from each other, in front and behind you, gazing through your left fingertips and sinking into your left leg. Allow your knee to bend. Warrior two. Nice and strong. You've got this. Remembering to breathe. Now, setting up for your extended side angle, bending at your left elbow. Inhale, sweep your right hand up over in front of you, bringing your left arm onto your thigh, right above the knee, or your hand to a block right behind your left foot. Reaching nice and long with your right fingertips, gazing through your right fingertips. Extended side angle pose. Remembering to breathe. Nice and strong through your legs. You might bend just a little deeper into your left leg. And on your next exhale, sweep your right arms straight up over you. Bring your hand to a block or your leg. Straighten through your left leg. Find yourself in your triangle pose. Make any little adjustments you need. Gazing up through your right fingertips. As always, if you have any pain in your knees at any point, you can allow a gentle bend or back off just a bit. Now softening through your left leg. You can release out of this pose. Come back into your wide leg stance just for a moment before you step your legs in, give your legs a shake, and find your way back into a ragdoll. So that's your forward fold with your knees bending. So your torso can rest on the tops of your thighs. Head and neck hanging heavy. And on your next exhale, press firmly through your feet. Rise up, sweep your arms to your sides, over your head, extended mountain, reaching nice and tall, gazing through the fingertips. Exhale, release your arms down. Next, we're gonna work a little bit of balance practice in, coming into a tree pose. So setting yourself up back in your mountain pose. All four corners of both feet pressing evenly into the mat. Feet should be about hips width apart. Arms to your side, palms forward. Gentle engagement, standing nice and tall. From here, send all of your weight into your left leg until you can reach your right leg off the mat. You can reach down to support with your hand. Bring the sole of your right foot to your left leg. That may be at your calf, that may be all the way up at your thigh. Just never directly on your knee. And embrace, if you have any trouble balancing, you can back out of it and try it again. Once you have your right knee bent, sole of your right foot on your left leg, resist the sole of your right foot and your left thigh or calf or wherever you're at, resist them together. Feel the balancing muscles in your left foot doing all their work to keep you standing. Hands can come to heart center or stay at the sides or even go above your head, gazing forward or up through your fingertips if you want an extra challenge. We'll take one more breath here. And exhale down. Having a balancing trouble day. That's okay. Wherever you're at, today is always great. Releasing back into your mountain pose. We'll give it a go on the other side. So now sending your weight into your right leg. Allow your left leg to come off the mat, bending at the knee. Bring the sole of your left foot to your right leg wherever it meets, just not directly on your knee. Once you find your balance there, resisting your sole of your foot into your thigh and vice versa. In your tree pose. Take a few breaths here. Again, same options for your hands and your gaze. Nice and long and strong through your standing leg. Lots of power and lots of little tiny balancing corrections with your foot. Our bodies do so much. And on your next exhale, slowly and mindfully release your left leg back down to the mat. You can give yourself a little shake and slowly find your way down to your bum. Find yourself in a seat with your legs extended out long in front of you. Setting up for Dandasana pose, staff pose. So just like mountain, this pose might look like you're just sitting, like mountain looks like you're just standing, but there's actually the same way, just gentle engagement through your entire body in this pose. So extending your feet out nice and long, gentle engagement goes all the way down your legs, flexing through your feet. Rising up, nice and long spine, same long, tall spine from earlier. Crown of the head towards the sky. If you're having trouble sitting up straight in this position, you can sit on a block or a pillow. Bring your palms down onto the mat at your sides and engage down through your legs, pressing the palms of your hands gently into the mat. Dandasana pose. So again, you may just look like you're sitting, but our whole bodies are engaged. Take a couple of breaths here. And on your next exhale, you can release that engagement. Now you're just sitting. And now find your way onto your back. You can bring your strap up with you so it's within your arm's reach. Now hugging both of your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze. Then flex your feet and send the soles of your feet up towards the sky, setting up for happy baby. Your hands can come to your legs or all the way up to reach the outsides of your feet. Gently pulling your legs down towards the mat, towards your armpits. Happy baby. You might alternate gently pulling a little bit harder into one leg, rocking gently back and forth, or you might be static. Feeling a stretch through the backs and inner sides of your legs. Nice deep breaths. Now releasing your hands, Send the soles of your feet back down. Give yourself one more hug, knees up to chest. And send your legs out long. And let's grab our straps now. Grab it at both ends with your hands. Bend your right leg and tuck the strap in the middle around the bottom of your right foot. From here, extending nice and long through your left leg, just like you would be in Dandasana. So extending out long, flexing through the foot. Using your arms to support with your strap. Pull your right leg gently up towards your head. Extending long through the right leg as well. You might have a gentle bend in your knee if you need it, but extending out long. Can slowly walk your way up your straps with your hands as far as they reach. You may bring your hand all the way to your foot. If you do, you can take a peace sign grip, 2 fingers around your big toe. Again, bending gently into your right knee if you need. A couple of more breaths here. Now, we're going to shift from Padangusthasana A to B, just taking the same position and allowing our right leg to fall out to the right side. So you might still have a grab of your toe, or you might be holding anywhere on your strap. Slowly, with support from your hands, allow your right leg to extend out to the side. Now, it might make it all the way to the mat. It might not. Wherever you're at is okay. Take notice of keeping both of your hips on the mat. If you bring your leg all the way down to the mat and that causes your left hip to rise off the mat, back off a little bit. Still engaging nice and long through your left leg, flexing gently. Take a few more breaths here. And on your next exhale, using the support of your arms, sweep your right leg back up over top of you and slowly release it back to the ground, allowing your knee to bend. You can release the strap from your foot. We're going to set up for the other side. So take your time here. Sweep your strap over the bottom of your left foot now. So sending your right leg long and strong out. Flexing into your right foot as if you're standing on the ground. When you're ready, gently pull your left leg up towards your head. Your leg may be just barely off the ground. Your leg may be all the way up to your nose. It might be straight. It might be bent. Find your version of today's pose. Feeling that stretch to the back of your left leg and maybe in all the way down through your hips. If you haven't yet, you can work your arms a little bit farther up on your strap. Maybe grabbing hold of your toe with your left hand. Don't be worried if your side is different than where we began. Always room for asymmetry in our bodies. When you're ready, same thing as on the other side. Using the support of your arms, allow your left leg to fall out to the left side. Again, focus on keeping both hips on the floor and notice that you're still engaging through your right leg, flexing it as if you're standing on the floor. Take a few breaths. Extend it out to the side. And when you're ready, again, using the strength of your arms, pull your left leg up back to center. And slowly release it down to the ground. You can unhook your strap. Give your legs any little movement that they need. And now take your time. Come up through a seat. Press yourself up with your arms. And come all the way to standing. Now, bring your strap with you. Because what we've just done is the pose that we're headed for next on the ground. So we've done the Supta on the ground version, and now we're going to take it standing. So think of a combination of what we just did and maybe how you felt in tree pose earlier. So it's a balancing pose, just like tree, but that shape that we were just in on our backs, that's exactly what we're going for. So I'll give you a little bit more freedom in this portion of class. If you want to pause and work on this pose as long as you want, go right ahead. We're going to be going for Padangusthasana, standing upright. So just like tree, send your weight into your left leg, allowing your right leg to come off the mat. Bend your knee and tuck your strap under the sole of your right leg. Now from here, using the strength of your leg and support from your arms, remembering to balance through your standing left leg. If you fall out of it, go right ahead and just try it again. Lots of freedom here. This is a difficult pose. So just set yourself right back up from the beginning if you fall. You don't need it to support your leg. You can extend your left arm out to your side, palms forward, just like in mountain pose. You might also work your way down on your strap or come all the way to bringing your hand to your toe. Take a few breaths there. And you can release from there. That is your Padangusthasana A. So give that pose a few tries, and when you're ready, set back up in your Padangusthasana A and get ready to shift into B. So keeping your balance, holding firm on your strap or your toe, using your arm to support, sweep your right leg out to the side, opening up through your right hip. Padangusthasana B. Great job, you've got this. A really difficult pose. Root real strong through your left leg. Gazing forward, about 10 to 15 feet. Find somewhere that's not moving to gaze. And when you're ready, try to release. Whoop! Try to release back to your Padangusthasana A and release from there just the same way you went in. But of course, as always, if you fall, not a worry, just go for it again. And if you'd like to keep practicing on that side, go right ahead. I'll move on to the left now. So in my mountain pose, sending my weight to the right, either with your strap or just supporting hand on toe, coming into Padangusthasana A. Few breaths here. And you can either release from here or go straight into your Padangusthasana B. Working that balance. Don't forget to breathe. Notice if you're clenching your face. And if you can, same as before, release nice and gentle from your Padangusthasana A in front of you. Great job. How are you feeling? Again, if you'd like to continue, give those poses a few more tries. Go right ahead, spend as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, you can come back to this video. We just did lots of opening up to the side throughout this entire class. So now we're going to close back up. One more balance pose here. We'll take an eagle pose. So same as our tree and our entrance that we just did. Send your weight over to your left side. You can bring your right leg off the mat, bend slightly at your knee, cross your right leg over your left leg. Then bending at your elbows about 90 degrees, crossing your left arm over your right arm. Bending gently into your legs. Find your eagle pose, pressing the backs of your palms together, gazing through your fingertips. Eagle pose. Spiraling everything in, undoing what we just did. On your next exhale, press through your left leg, release all of those twists, and set up for the other side. From mountain pose, sending your weight into your right leg. Lift your left leg off the mat, bend gently into your knee. Cross left leg over right leg, which means you bend into your arms and cross right arm over left arm. And bend gently into your legs. Eagle pose. Resisting your hands, the backs of your hands into each other. Feel it gently engaging through your shoulder blades, top of your back. Take one more breath. And exhale. Great job. From here, we'll make our way for the last time back to our mats. Find yourself in a seated position with your legs out long. So think back again to that Dandasana leg, or even our Padangusthasana. So extending your left leg nice and long and strong, flexing through your left foot. Allow your right leg to bend and cross your foot over your left leg. So tucking your right foot over onto the outside now of your left leg. From here, inhale, nice and long through the spine. And as you exhale, twist over to the right. You might come as far as to tuck your elbow onto your knee. That's great. Just don't go pressing too hard. Don't go forcing yourself further into the twist than your body is ready for. As you inhale, rise up a little bit higher. And exhale, sink just a little bit deeper into your twist. On your next exhale, release back to the center. Release your right leg long. Send your focus now on engaging your right leg, flexing through your right foot. Now bending your left leg, cross your foot over your right leg and place it, sole of the foot down on the mat on the outside of your right leg. Same as before, standing up nice and tall through your spine. Inhale, send the crown of your head up as far as you can. Exhale, twist now to the left. Take a breath here. Rise up just a little bit taller on your inhale and twist a little bit deeper on your exhale. Take one more breath here. And exhale back to center. Release both your legs. Give them a little bit of a shake. And come all the way down onto your back. From here, you can go back and grab your strap if you'd like. We're going to do a legs up the wall without the wall. But you are welcome to go find yourself a wall and do this at the wall. But bending at both knees, bring the soles of your feet off the mat and send them straight up to the sky. Extending them nice and long, as straight as you can. Like I said, if you'd like to go, bring yourself to a wall, go right ahead. Bring your bum and all the backs of your legs all the way to your heels, pressing those into the wall behind you, allowing the wall to support you. If not, this pose is just as great without a wall. Option also to use your strap to support your legs. So wrapping it like this over the soles of your feet. This pose can be a great release. This is technically an inversion, and it requires all the blood in your body to have some extra work going up to your legs, up to your feet. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready, you can slowly release, whether that's coming away from the wall, unhooking your strap, or just allowing your legs to bend. Hug your knees back up to your chest one last time. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Maybe rock back and forth on your hips gently, massaging your low back. And take your time here as long as you'd like. And whenever you're ready, you can extend your legs long, find your Shavasana, just like we began, in whatever form of Shavasana is comfortable for you. Allowing your body to sink into the mat. And relax. Now go ahead and start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly bring some movement back into your body. Maybe reach your arms out wide. Give yourself a gentle stretch. You can roll to your side, maybe hug your knees up. And with the strength of your arms, you can press yourself up to a seat one last time, keeping your eyes closed. And take 1 or 2 more breaths together, nice and deep. One more, inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and slowly blink your eyes open. And I hope you enjoyed class today. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat. Namaste.